Aquaman 2 was disappointing, to say the least. It felt jumbled. To me, the storyline really didn't build on anything. It was pretty straightforward the whole time. You knew what was going to happen. He was going to fight Manta at the end and defeat him, and the other subplot was the new Lost Kingdom he was going to end up having to deal with. The new Lost Kingdom king. It just built on how they were going to make that happen the whole time. Nothing really else special about the whole movie, except for like the introduction of his child now, who actually has the ability to talk to fish, because that happens like 15 minutes into the movie. Felt kind of like a woke movie too, and they were just pandering to the audience. With like the global warming was another subplot that they used with this energy source from this lost kingdom that used to burn, and that's why they got banished and basically frozen in place back in the day. And the Manta was burning it, and it was causing all kinds of stuff to happen on Earth's surface. And early on, Manta found this while he was looking for this lost kingdom and a way to fix his suit and power it. He did find this lost kingdom trident thing, and when he touched it, the old king sort of like took over him and empowered him like throughout the movie. And that black trident is what they called it. Did play a little bit of part throughout the movie. A couple other people touched it. It really didn't make sense. Like, the whole movie itself didn't make sense. I mean, you knew what was going to happen, but it felt like a forced movie that was, in the end, when Aquaman gave his like speech to the UN, it just wrapped up the whole movie to be one of those like woke pandering type things, and that's why they made the movie, and that's why they went the direction that they did. So I was kind of upset about that. The graphics were alright. They weren't really great. I would say it was definitely worse than the first one. I actually liked the first Aquaman. I thought they actually put thought and built the characters up. This one, they just, to me, it was more of a money grab / pushing it out than anything. They had potential to really bring some of the scenes to life, like the tropical islands and the undersea worlds, and even some of the other characters, like the other kings and like the new like 9-panel board that they introduced that sort of like overrules Aquaman. So they really did have potential to like bring things together and really expand on it, but they definitely did not, which was upsetting. I mean, it was still a 2-hour movie, but I don't know why it needed to be 2 hours. I think I even fell asleep for like 5 minutes at one point. It just got to be that boring and dragging in that middle section. He obviously broke his brother out to help find Manta, and he worked with him at the end and basically said his debt was paid, stuff like that for helping. But just little things here or there throughout the movie, but nothing really special or even builds on a third of Aquaman. To me, they just basically killed the whole franchise. If they're going to make another one, they almost have to start from scratch again, because they just did such a shitty job through this one. The one thing that really did bother me above all else was, I would say half the scenes were in like an Antarctic or really cold water environment, and they really did a horrible job on using those scenes and what they should have developed in those scenes. What I mean is, like them, like the characters breathing, like you didn't see cold like breaths at all or steam coming off of them, and they had like no trouble going from like hot climate to cold climate, or anything of the sorts. And even when his child got abducted, you know, they weren't even worried at all about the child getting cold or anything like that, and that really did bother me. It felt lost. So that was one thing they really did drop the ball on. But I wouldn't go see it in the theaters. I'd wait till it streams, and I'm going to keep it short because I just think it sucked.